Good evening. Hope everyone is well. Today is going to be a very interesting conversation. But of course, as you guys can see on the screen, is the FA Cup worthless? But not only will we'll be talking about the FA Cup, we'll be talking about certain Premier League teams, and also we'll be talking about the Vets results, the winners and losers. But we do have a special guest that has joined myself and Nana. Actually, let me just reintroduce myself because I don't think we've done a live for quite a bit. I am Therese, the best centre back in the universe. I just want to make that absolutely clear. Nana, who's the coach manager of one of the best vets teams around, and also we have Answer, who is probably one of the most hardworking vets players also in the universe. How is everyone doing?
I like the introduction. I'm great, Therese. I'm great. How are you?
Welcome to the squad, Answer.
I really like this introduction. I think we can
Don't
work around that. I can be here.
Yeah.
Don't get used to it.
Look, you see.
No, what I mean is I'm on your side, Answer. Don't get used to it because he's gonna throw you under the bus real soon.
I've got an emission for him. Don't worry. I've got an emission for him.
Listen, honestly, Answer, thank you so much for stepping in. Also as well, I wish Sub and Chris Wizard a speedy recovery. Sub, I know that Santos took a beating. So literally, again, literally, I hope that's not the reason why you didn't want to come on to the show. And of course, the Wizard, we all know exactly the reason why you are not there. So a legitimate reason for Wizard. Not too sure about Sub. What do you think, Nana?
Can you repeat that question, please? You're mumbling.
No, I was going to say, do you think Sub's absence from today's podcast was sufficient?
That you're a bad YouTuber. That you're a bad YouTuber. Oh my God.
Yo, I didn't say anything. Man, listen, it's Mother's Day. I spent the whole day doing breakfast, doing lunch.
Okay.
Taking the missus out. It was also my daughter's birthday. So she's 16. It was a big day for me. So I spent the whole day. I literally just came back home half an hour ago. So I was trying to sort myself out. So maybe he's spending time with the family. That's why he's busy. Okay. He's unable to come on the show and that. It's probably got nothing to do with the flashing yesterday. But it is what it is, man. I can't say anything. Listen, don't forget, he's made Santos better than last season. He's won at least one game. He's in the final of the cup competition. Mm-hmm. That's big, bro. That's big.
That's big
for a team who are struggling and have won one game all season, 100%. Lost a lot of players and all that, and in the final, bro.
Yeah,
big. That's big.
Yeah,
that's big.
You know that I'm only messing with your Sub. You know that we'll speak after this. But anyway, let's kind of carry on with the show. So again,
you see what I'm saying? Throwing people under the bus, trying to set people out. Be very, very wary.
I've seen the pattern here, so I'm just making sure that I get used to that.
I'm just saying.
All right.
He sounds like a nice guy. He's not.
Oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna go on to wait. All right, so we are gonna go on to the first topic, which is all about the FA Cup. So we are now in the quarterfinals, right? Yeah, we're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And of course, Answer, you are a Manchester City supporter. Nana, you are United, who got knocked out by, was it Grimsby?
Yeah, you didn't have to
it was Grimsby United as well.
Was it? Yeah.
Grimsby United.
You didn't have to remind me.
Yeah, well,
Or maybe you might have forgotten. You're just trying to remind me that.
just in case. Anyway,
Crispy.
a question to like both of you, and again, this is an open question. Do you think Premier League teams actually prioritize the FA Cup anymore? And again, this is an open question. Again, let's kind of have a discussion about this.
So you want to go first? Christian, do you want to go first?
Okay. Well, in terms of Man City, I mean, they're playing against Liverpool. Or like it's obviously a good competition. It's a good draw, I would say. It's one of the strongest draw. What I would say in terms of their FA Cup is like I don't think it has lost its worth. You know, I feel like it's actually getting better. Smaller teams are getting opportunities, or to showcase against bigger teams. Obviously, for my team, obviously playing against Liverpool, which is like a proper Premier League game. So, what do I think about it? I mean, it's a tough draw, and I always back my team. You all know FA Cup. You know, something can happen. You can go to penalties, 90 minutes. So we will see. But I think Man City, my
Okay, cool. Nana?
And so I think you went on a tangent there. I think the question was: do the Premier League do top Premier League clubs still prioritize the FA Cup? You went on Man City alone.
Oh, sorry.
You're right.
Yeah, I am all right. I'm all right. Oh my God! I feel like they do prioritize the FA Cup because it's a competition they can win. Yeah, if you're in it to win it, yeah, why would they not prioritize it? Like, why would they not prioritize it?
Okay,
You know,
yeah, cool.
I haven't
Okay.
seen any Premier League team playing like a weaker team just to get by. So either you're in it or you're not in it. So I would say personally, I think they prioritize that.
Nah. Listen, the honest answer is not really, at least not until the later rounds. For most of the top teams in the Premier League, the priority is finishing the top four or competing in Europe. The financial rewards of Europe, obviously, Champions League, are just simply too big to ignore. Managers often rotate squads in early rounds in the FA Cup, which shows that it's not on the top of the priority list, is it? However, once the clubs reach the quarterfinals or semifinals, the mentality sort of changes. Or when they actually drawn against a Premier League side, the mentality changes. Even that sometimes we see a bit of a rotation in the squad. If it's against a Premier League side, then it's closer to the top 11. But if it's against like a Championship side or a lower league side, then there's a lot of changes. You know, look at Arsenal the previous time. You had 16, 17, 18-year-olds start in that match. Do you see what I'm saying? So, you know, once the clubs reach the quarterfinals or the semis, the mentality definitely changes. Suddenly, because it's 1 or 2 games away from a trophy at Wembley. And that's when the big players start appearing. So for me, yes, the top clubs respect the FA Cup, but they do not build their season around it anymore.
So Nana, you know, so like with like what Nana said, because it was like something that he said regarding when like the semi-final is when the big players come out, which I totally agree. But like this is like the issue that I have. Like we all support clubs where, you know, we like buy, I'd say like the best crop of players in the world. But also we want players to come from the youth system to actually be part of the first 11. So how I'm seeing it is just because, let's say, Manchester United field 9 academy players, isn't that a good thing? Because that, you know, they are still prioritizing the FA Cup because they want to, you know, breed through hopefully like the next talent. It's not all about like the big players and the players that we
But fielding 9 academy players isn't prioritizing the FA Cup. Fielding 9 academy players is a Russian roulette. It's a risk because depending on who you're playing, those 9 academy players can cost you the tie. Your bread and butter is the Premier League and the Champions League, or the European competitions, but also because you have a long season in terms of the Premier League, you want to rotate so that the big players get a rest. And usually in the first, second, third round of the tie, you get sometimes or most often than not, you get lower league teams. So you want to give, if you want to build your academy, then you are giving them opportunity. And let's face it, some of the academy, like the 18, 19, 21-year-olds, they are good enough to play in the championship, which is the second top tier of English football. So if they're good enough, then they should be, in theory, able to beat the teams in the championship or lower. But it doesn't always happen like that, because the championship is I think the championship is even more difficult than the Premier League at times, because there's 24 games. Oh, no, sorry, 42 or something games.
Yeah, 42.
So, and you travel everywhere, pitches, hostile conditions, and all that. You see what I'm saying? So, playing academy players is not necessarily prioritizing that. It's giving them an exposure, and it's a risk. If you are playing, if City are playing, say Barnsley in the championship, they might play maybe a second string team. But if City draw Liverpool, do you think they're going to play a second string team against Liverpool, even in the early stages of the competition? Absolutely not. That's what it is. So it depends on who they draw, and then they prioritize it. If not, nah, it doesn't. It just doesn't work like that. They don't prioritize anymore. They don't build their season around the FA Cup. They build their season around the Premier League and the European competitions.
Okay. Answer. I've got a question for you. Do you think money and I'd say television has kind of changed the value of the FA Cup?
No, I think if not, it's actually made it even better. I wouldn't say it's changed it. Really. I think it's made it even better. For other countries also to watch it. No, yes, it's definitely made it better. Definitely not for the worse.
Okay, it's a weird one for me, because I remember watching the FA Cup final and it used to be a whole day affair. You would literally watch the players get onto like the team bus, and then they'll have a helicopter that would follow the team bus from wherever they've come from to like Wembley, and then they'll have a roll to like Wembley type of feature, and and literally I used to really look forward to that. But like now it's like, I just want the game just to start now, and whoever wins it, am I really that bothered? Even if Liverpool win it, I'm like, well, okay, exactly what Nana said. Just as long as we get into like the top 4 or like top 5, that's literally where all of the money and literally where like the media is gonna go to.
You're absolutely right. So for me, yes, money has fundamentally changed how the FA Cup is viewed. The financial gap between the competition is huge. A Champions League campaign can bring tens of millions in revenue, while winning the FA Cup pays far less. FA Cup is real, like it's English football. It's real sentiment, but not huge financial rewards. So because of that, clubs make strategic decisions about where to focus their energy. Television has also altered the competition, kickoff times, packed calendars, broadcasting demands sometimes remove the traditional feel of that, that FA Cup weekend. If you remember, if this is an FA Cup weekend, it's like it's huge. But money talks, BS walks. The FA Cup still has its prestige.
Does
But
it really?
financially, yes, it does. That's how it's
100%.
again, it tags on the emotional side of things. The FA Cup is still one of the most prestigious competitions in the world. Don't get it twisted with financial implications. They're two different things. The FA Cup still has its prestige, but financially, it cannot compete with modern day football economy. Hands down.
I think because we come from a generation where social media, the internet wasn't really a thing, so we wasn't exposed to so much football. So I guess in terms of the prestige, we would hold it at a certain level. But for like, I'd say like the people who are in their teens, 20s, or possibly even in their early 30s, they've been exposed to so much football. I don't think they look at it as prestigious than like
It
what
is.
we do.
It is. Listen, all those years up to now, in the FA Cup, the crown is involved. Do you remember? You see Prince Philip or someone there. It's still a prestigious competition. It's been like that from time immemorial for over 100 years. It's always going to be like that. But if you're talking about emotions, prestige, and financial implications, the Champions League and European football is way over there. FA Cup is way down here.
And again, this is an open question. What do you think the FA need to do to, I'd say, spruce up the FA Cup?
I think the competition itself is great as it is. I don't think we need to. It needs to be pushed more. It's the FA Cup, mate. People know about the FA Cup. I won't say that people might not know the German Cup, but the FA Cup is like very prestige. People who follow the Premier League or the Barclays League, they'll always know about the FA Cup. So I feel like you can't do it much bigger than it is. It's just gonna lose its value if you ask me personally.
You're somewhat right, because it's the same as the Copa del Rey.
Yeah,
It's same as the League Cup in Germany, like you said, in France. It's the same thing.
yeah.
The prestige is there. I don't think they can do anything else, because I remember it was almost like a route to Europe at some point.
Yes.
When Wigan or something won it all those years ago. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And yes, that was a big spruce. That was a big incentive to get close to the European door. But I think they scrapped that, because yes, you can have a good run in the cup competition, like a championship side can win the FA Cup, or like a struggling side can win the FA Cup. But realistically, if a championship cup, for example, was to win the FA Cup and found the route into even say the Conference League, they are going to be battered when it comes to the Conference League, because the competition is different. You see what I'm saying? So I think the prestige will be the prestige. The name will be the name, just like the Copa del Rey just like the Ligue 1 Cup, just like the Bundesliga Cup, Copa del Rey, everything. But that's just about it. I don't think they can do anything else to just continue to make noise about the prestigious cup. This is the English FA Cup. That's about it. There's nothing else.
You can't ever
so much.
you can't do it bigger.
Arsenal, United, Liverpool. We've all won it so many times that it's just not as prestigious for those top clubs anymore. They are the most of the clubs outside the top clubs, the top 4, 6 who haven't won it, would definitely want to win it. But that's not a priority for the top clubs anymore.
Okay.
You can see the selection.
I think so. Literally, I've got like 2 statements. I think this is where the FA Cup, or this is literally where I think a lot of teams start to devalue the FA Cup. It was your mob, Nana, when Sir Alex decided to not enter the FA Cup when you guys won the treble. I think literally that was the beginning. When
stop there. This is exactly what I said from the beginning. No. I agree with you, but I'm saying stop there. This is exactly what I meant by the priority. You see what I'm saying? Ferguson played kids for the FA Cup because it meant nothing to them. If United have won it 20 times, 15 times, however, what's the importance of the FA Cup anymore? Why would I play my top 11 in the FA Cup when I have a Champions League? When I haven't won the Champions League before? When I have City or Arsenal the next week?
No, I'm not talking about that. It was literally when you guys won the treble in 1999. Manchester United decided not to enter the FA Cup and go to Brazil to actually play in that conference thing. I don't know what it was.
But it was also because we won it so many times before. It doesn't make any difference. We are prioritizing something else. You see what I'm saying? Other teams would then want to win the FA Cup, but we didn't need to. Like the Premier League is it's the bread and butter. But for a club like United, it always pains me that we won the Champions League only 3 times, and it was a fierce competition in the times of United when Ferguson era was there. And for a club like United, we should have won a bit more. But obviously, those were the times with the Galacticos, Liverpool, Inter. Those were Barcelona. Those were those times that they had those top players. So it was very, very difficult to win it. So it was a top prize. If I'm Ferguson, I'm not going to prioritize my squad for the FA Cup, which I've won numerous times, which I've got trophies in my cabinet gathering dust. Why would I prioritize that? No, I'll shift my team to something that I haven't won. You see what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I think that's just facts.
Okay, cool.
I mean, if not, you're only giving another team the opportunity to enter the competition and trying to win it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So it's not literally just devaluing it. I think it's just it comes to a stage where if you've been in this competition for the last, let's say, 20 to 25 years, and that 1 year where you literally you won 3 cups and you can enter a certain competition, you go for it. It's just the 1 year.
Okay. Interesting.
But it's definitely not showing disrespect to the competition, I would say.
All right. People who are watching, please put your comments below. Do you think teams are prioritizing the FA Cup? Would love to hear everyone's opinion. Let's kind of go on to the next topic, which is just a brief little roundup in terms of everyone's Premier League teams. So, of course, Answer supports Man City, Nana supports United, and I support Liverpool. Let's not actually, we shouldn't really talk about Liverpool. Let's just talk about United.
Let's talk about Liverpool.
We will talk about Liverpool.
We'll
talk about Liverpool.
So
what was the result?
So
1-1.
Oh, is it against who?
Nonsense. Tottenham. Tottenham are at the bottom. They can't even beat Tottenham.
Right. So, Answer, let's start with you. How do you think Man City's season is going so far?
I think it's all right. In the beginning of the season, I don't think anybody will would have expected us to compete for the league. I think everybody expected Liverpool and Arsenal.
What are you talking about?
Can I finish my sentence, please?
Okay, go on then.
Yeah.
What
I
kind of
don't
nonsense
think
you saying now,
anybody.
man? This is
No,
nonsense.
I don't think anybody was expecting Man City to compete for the league. Obviously, they will compete, but you all knew that it's going to be between Liverpool and Arsenal. Right now, my team did all right in some aspect, like the transfer, what they've done, what they're trying to implement, and it's going well. But you can see that team what we have right there, they're not champions. They're about to get built right and build ready for obviously for next year. So this year, if Man City win the Carling Cup, win the FA Cup, I would call that as a successful season. The league, we all have to just admit to it that it's going to be a long, long summer for us, guys. Because Arsenal will win it. It's just, you just have to accept it, guys. So, yeah, this is it's done, my friend. Done is done.
I think that was a problem to Reese. I don't know if it was high or what. What are you talking about? Nobody expected City to challenge for the title. Are you serious?
No, I'm very serious. Yes, with the squad we had, you could not expect City to go in there again and do what City usually would do.
Everybody
Right.
in the whole world who pays any sort of attention to the Premier League was Arsenal, City, Chelsea. These three teams were the ones to watch.
No, yes, but I would say from the let's just go from transfer, right? You've Liverpool gone out, right, and spend like I don't know 136 million on one player, which we used that money to buy literally 4 players, right? I'll give you that example, right? And they splash like 2, 3. They've got big players in. Now, tell me exactly where they are right now.
But that's not the question. That's not the point, though. We're talking about at the beginning of the season, who would the pundits think would challenge for the title? And there's no question, there's no debate. It was City, Arsenal, Liverpool. In terms of the reinforcement, in terms of achievements of previous seasons,
Yeah, they will challenge for the top 4
that they had. It was one of those three that was always going to happen. So don't say that nobody thought City would win. It's just that I think now, and as things have played out, we've all realized that, however you put it, City are still rebuilding. They lost the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. They lost the likes of what's that midfielder's name?
We lost bare players, mate. We lost
They
Kevin De Bruyne.
They've lost a lot of players.
And
the
that was
Premier League,
4 years ago.
I don't care what anybody thinks. I think it's the toughest league in the world. To change personnel and win it is very, very difficult. Ferguson was the best at that.
Yeah.
Because he could blend youth and experience really, really well to get results. City are, again, I don't care what anybody thinks, but they're still in the rebuilding process. Look, if you look at many of the young guns who come in right now, they don't have a Premier League winning pedigree as yet.
No.
When you see 2 years ago the squad that City had, put anything in front of them and they find a way to win. But now they are sometimes they are scraping wins. I watched the whole of the West Ham game City yesterday, and West Ham had one chance in the corner, bang, done. See, there are chances, trying to create the perfect opportunity to score a goal. When sometimes you just have to go direct. And these players are not built yet. I've said it before that as much as it pains me to say, Arsenal are going to win this league by game with games to spare. It pains me to say that. When it comes to the other side of the road, when it comes to Liverpool, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Spent what? £500 million on car crashes, and they can't wipe teams off that pitch. They are struggling. They
What
are
position are they in
struggling
currently?
for a win. They played against West Ham. Again, I watched that game, and Tottenham. I was watching that game, and they were all over them. Silverslide scored a fantastic free kick, like he usually does. Players have been like underperforming. Salah has been a shadow of himself.
The contract, yeah.
You know,
To be seen.
Verse is getting there. They've got problems. They have got problems. Like they are really missing Isaac. I don't care what anybody thinks. Isaac is a natural born goal scorer.
So can we
He
say
things
that
out of nothing? And without him, they're struggling. But it's not an excuse because they spend so much money to get people in the right places. And as defending champions, their defense to the title is absolutely appalling. It's abysmal.
Have you seen how Nana just talking? You know, like
himself.
Nana just.
Can I just say that is this by far the worst defense ever, or is this title still on Leicester?
No. Leicester was the worst.
Yeah, Leicester was the worst.
We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, you know what?
No, hang on. Actually, this is the worst because I saw the stats before. I saw the stats before. This is the worst.
How is the worst?
In terms of games won, I didn't say the competition.
This is the worst defense.
Wait. Okay, listen. There's like games won, but there's points on the board. Like we are not the worst. We are not the worst. Like yes,
you guys are.
I will say, I said it with my chest when like we were spending the money. I was like, just kind of give us like the Premier League trophy now. Like there's no point. Mm-hmm. I think what's been clearly evident, is no matter what people think about Trent was such an integral part of like how we played. And of course, like when we kind of look at football now, it's all about partnerships. So it was Trent and Salah, it was Robbo and Mane. Like, that's literally how you like get the best out of players. Losing Trent, huge loss. Losing Diaz, who is again such a natural born runner. Again, like football for me is very, very very simple. Get the ball, run at your fullback, beat him or her, get the ball in, and then let's see what happens. And like we've just lost that. Of course,
but you got a point, but again, you don't have a point because irrespective of the partnerships, most of your players, Van Dijk has been Van Dijk has been underperforming. Salah has been underperforming. A lot of players have been underperforming to the extent that sometimes some of them have been thrown under the bus. I remember Salah was benched. He has been underperforming. Listen, when players stay at a certain level for a long time, you don't expect anything less. So when the big players drop standards, it affects the whole team. Van Dijk is there twerking when a shot is about to be hit.
No, but he's been like doing that for years. He's been like doing that for years.
No.
He's been doing Van Dijk.
That's bollocks. You guys have been touting Van Dijk as one of the best centre backs in the world for a long time.
Yeah, I know.
But this season, if a shot is going to, this season he's being raped front, back, centre. When the shot is about to be hit, he's there twerking. Salah is missing simple one-on-ones, missing the final third passes, missing so many of them. It's not the same as last or previous seasons. And the big players are not stepping up. In all games they are doing. People like Szoboszlai are stepping up, Gravenberch, even Konate is playing better now. But when those other big players are not stepping up to take the club where it needs to be, bro, you're in trouble.
Okay,
you remember against United what we did to you?
Yeah. Listen, you know what? Like you win some and you lose some. That's your first win at Anfield for like almost a decade. So cool. Like you guys.
It's not almost a decade. It's not almost a decade. Shut up, man. It's not almost a decade.
It is what it is. But I mean, how I see it.
No, did you win against Man City as well in your stadium?
Listen, you know what? It is what it is.
Now,
You know,
I'm just asking, did you win?
no.
So as a defending champion, did you manage to win against the top 6? Like, did you have at least a victory
The
against the
top
top
6.
6?
All right, so we lost against Man United, lost against City.
Man United is not a top 6. Let's just get this right. It's only now they're there, but before that they were not top 6. So
Okay.
who,
Chelsea, I think we got a point against them. Villa, we've
oh
beaten
wow.
Villa. We've beaten Villa. And we've beaten, hold on. We actually beat Arsenal 1-0. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Listen, you know what?
That's one. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. Well done.
So okay, so you know what? Again, I'm not gonna make excuses. Do I want Slot to like still be manager? 100%. I think us fans can be very, very, very fickle and just see from from the outside. But actually, of course, we have to remember with everything that happened with Jota, we don't know how these players are grieving. And like they are grieving in front of everyone's eyes. I'm not so cliche. I'm not making that as the as the only excuse, but like there's been certain occasions and certain comments that some players have like said, not even playing for Liverpool, that of course Jota not being there has affected them. Do not forget, being a footballer for them is a job. They get paid to do this. So then if like you see one of your teammates, or if like one of your best friends just disappears, out of absolute tragic incident, isn't that going to affect you as a human being?
You want to answer that question?
Listen, yes, they're human beings. But in the big but,
if you're not laughing, yeah, I'll repeat.
It's a bollocks excuse for someone who's paid 400,000, 500,000 pounds a week to say that because my friend has died, I'm going to have a shit game for the whole season. Bruv, my mom died a few years ago and I had to go to work. When I passed by, I had to take different routes to avoid where she lived. But I still have to go to work and I still have to do my work and excel in my work. Because if not, I'm going to get fired. So, and I'm being paid not percentile of their wages. So you can't tell me that because somebody's died. And I have all the sympathy for Jota's family, 100%. Because as a human being, as a man with, dying and leaving your wife and kids, I can't even ever imagine that. So I have 100% sympathy, and yes, the things have been put in place to make sure that the family is safe and secure for the rest of their lives and all that. And like, this is the power of football and this is the power of community and family, and I appreciate that. But when it comes to the rest of them, get over it. It might sound harsh, but get over it. It's $1 trillion right now. You see what I'm saying?
If not, go win it for him. Yeah. Use that as inspiration.
Thank you. Or go and speak to a psychiatrist.
Yes. He's not.
And get your head sorted out. You can't use an excuse
thing to say, just go and see a psychiatrist.
Yes, man.
That's it.
Go see a psychologist, psychiatrist, and have a word in the quiet corner. Get your head straightened out and come and perform on the pitch. Millions pay to watch you every single week. Go do your job. That's your job. Go do your job. I work in NHS, and you think that I can give an excuse that, oh, I've had a bad week, or my mom has died, or somebody's died, so I'm not gonna do my job properly. People are gonna die.
Yeah, you know what, and again, I'm not saying that's the only excuse. Yes, Liverpool have been awful this season. But again, I still think that we will finish in the top 5. You know, top 5 will secure hopefully.
Yeah, shifting from top 4, shifting from top 3, top 4, top 5. It's going to be top 7 very soon.
You know, speaking about top 3, Nana, let's talk about the resurgence of Manchester United. I never saw this coming. I mean, how are you feeling about United right now? And should Michael Carrick actually take the job full time?
The rebuild at United is still a work in progress. I mean, the club has been trying to rediscover this identity since the Ferguson era ended. There have been improvements in certain areas, but inconsistency remains like a major issue. The last 6-7 games has been incredible to watch as a United fan. I never saw this coming. The challenge has not been the manager; is just building a clear football structure that lasts beyond individual coaches. Progress is happening, but United are still far from their former dominance. It's great that Carrick has taken over. Don't give him the job now. Wait till the end of the season. I saw this with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He came, he choked off Liverpool, he choked off City, he choked off Arsenal, he choked off Chelsea. He beat all them lot. And then what happened? I mean, exactly. So I am elated with Carrick taking over because Amorim, as much as I liked him, I think he was very, very stubborn in terms of tweaking the system. United have a tradition, a history of a certain style of football.
Which is what?
It's very simple. It's free-flowing football. It's a 4-3-3, 4-4, especially 4-4-2, with blistering pace, skillful wingers, and clinical finishes. United can soak the pressure, counter-attack, 3-4 touches, bang. You can talk of Giggs, Ronaldo. You can talk of Tevez.
What's it about Tevez?
I'm telling you, Ruud van Nistelrooy.
That was back.
This guy.
Bro, I'm telling you, you can talk of those players who exciting youth and class experience, schools. And the DNA of the club has always been that 4-4-2 system where there's free-flowing football, counter-attacking football, dominance. If you come to the club and you want to change the system, a free at the back, 3-5-2, whatever it is, you're changing the whole DNA of the club. And if you don't have the right players to fit in those positions, forget it. It's not going to work. I feel like Carrick has come and listen. He's just gone back to basics. He's just gone back to basics. 4-4-2. Menu doesn't have legs. Casemiro doesn't have legs. But there's people around him who have the legs. And they are just sitting there, 5-yard, 10-yard passes. Very simple football. And it's an absolute delight. Absolute delight to watch. The battering at Anfield, the battering at Highbury, Emirates, and the battering and the noise neighbors. My goodness.
My friend, you got a battering.
As a United fan, I've been in the darks for so long that those wins alone brought me so much joy. I think the club is moving forward.
Okay.
Because it's simple basics. But let's not get carried away. Let Carrick finish the season, see and ensure that he's brought the basics, the level that we want, and the platform where we can build on before you give him the contract. Besides, there's nobody around now. All the big boys, they're either in managers of countries or they are in secure positions right now.
No. There is one. There is one.
Which one?
Oh.
Don't tell me Zidane. Which one?
England's favourite. Southgate. Get
Southgate.
Gareth
Are
in,
you
mate.
mad? Are you absolutely mad?
Yeah, get Gareth to jump, mate. Yeah.
Get Gareth Southgate.
Yeah, no,
Get
get him to City. Get him to City. Get him to City.
Nah, you know,
Nowhere near. Don't
be
bring him
like a
anywhere near
foreign
United.
managers, man.
No.
Oh,
No,
dear.
no.
Actually,
He cost England those European championship and the World Cup when he played anti-football, when he had to actually win games of football. I don't think he's the one.
okay.
Yes, for certain cup competitions at certain times when you have X number of games, yes. But for whole Premier League season, he hasn't got it.
Okay.
He hasn't got
fair
it.
enough.
Okay.
Wait
Fair
for
enough.
the big managers if they come around. But if Carrick does the job to the end of the season, gets United into the top 4, which is doing now. Whoever thought when he took over those 3 wins, especially like we were in a very, very dire situation. He's we played what 7 games.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
John won 6. Whoever thought, bro? It's just, and you can even see the way the players are playing. It's very simple. It's just basic. Like it's free flowing with a lot of confidence. Look at Kobe Mainoo. Casemiro has scored. This is the best season in European football across Europe. Even when he was at Madrid, he scored more goals at United now than like his whole career. Can you imagine that? And this is the latter years of his career. He hasn't got the legs, but he's got a football brain.
Okay.
So for me, we are on the app.
Okay.
Give it time.
All right. I've got a question for an answer. Do you think it's good for the Premier League that the likes of Manchester United are now, challenging for like European places and possibly even the Premier League?
I mean,
Calm
the
down.
suffering, the suffering of the noisy neighbors for the last 6-7 years. I mean, at one point, I even had sympathy for them. To see now, look at how he's growing. Yeah, the confidence, the aura is just oozing, coming out, and it is good to see that, I have to say, because it's been a long, long time where you couldn't take them seriously, man. I mean, they're still lost against Grimsby, but credit is due. They've turned it around, and the new manager bounce, and yeah, it's good to see them being there because I thought it's going to be one of those Nottingham Forest. Won the Champions League, and then you never see them again. So it's good that they're actually back again and grinding our results. And do I think they should keep the manager? You could do that, but as Nano already alluded, I mean, you've done the same thing with this Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and it just went downhill. I think personally, you just need a great manager, like a proper. Man United deserve to have a decent manager, a top class manager, and they don't get that one. Obviously, they will never progress to the next level. I mean,
But we've had them. But that's a problem.
who
We've had them. We've had Mourinho. We've
Yeah,
had
he done
Luis
well.
Van Gaal. We've
He
had
done well.
Amorim. Listen, Amorim, what he did for Sporting had not been done before. From Mourinho, all Van Gaal, all the way down, Ten Hag, all the way down, they were the huge potentials who could have taken us somewhere. But there was a cancer in the club, which didn't only affect the football club, but it affected the whole structure of the club. So maybe it's just going back to basics. And what Carrick has done now, it's amazing. It's just like Southgate coming to England, lifting the weight of the shirt and letting them play football. It's absolutely amazing. What are United doing different now? It's confidence.
It's just confidence and
It's confidence.
he's just playing people in the preferred position.
Thank
He's not doing
you.
anything drastic new. Yeah, it's just everybody's playing in the
It's a simple basic.
simple basic position. You wouldn't play Bruno Fernandes in the holding in the sixer and you're expecting not to create. So if you put him in a 10,
This is it.
It's damaging.
This is it.
Okay. Before we move on to the next topic, and I'll start with you, Nana. Can you name me your Premier League winners all the way down to fourth place.
This season, Premier League.
Premier League.
Oh yeah, I think Arsenal United, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, United.
Okay.
I think it's it pays me
Answer?
to say that.
Okay. Cool.
I would say Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Villa.
Okay. I'm gonna go Arsenal, City, United, Liverpool.
I thought
So
it's a top 5. Now you
They're not making top 4, man. I'm telling you that now. I can bet you money. That's why I'm just quiet. You know, nobody's talking about it. If this was City's downfall, yeah, everybody would be on our neck. But because it's Liverpool, you know, it's traditions. You know, nobody's saying anything. This is the worst season I've ever seen a defending champion going all splash the money here. Yeah, Gappo. Hey, we bring Verts. Yeah, nothing. Yeah. But
bro,
anyway.
like for the beginning of the season, I'm looking at Liverpool's and I'm like, dang. They are gonna walk this league. They are gonna
let's move
walk
on, guys.
this
Let's move on. We don't
league.
have that much time.
No,
We don't have
we're
much
not
time.
moving on.
You're not
They're
moving
gonna
on for
walk
that
this
season, man.
league.
No. Yeah.
And they went like what 7 games without a win. Seriously.
You know,
With the Gappos, the Words, and
Gappos, the Salas, yeah. Since Salah
everybody.
signed that contract, yeah, we all know what happened with Salah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Liverpool are shit.
God. Yeah. Dead food. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Embarrassing.
Let's move on to the next topic, which is this week's Vets results. So let's go with the results from the 14th of March. Greenwich Borough beat Seagas in a cup 4-0. Independent lose to Leone Stars 4-3. LSU Masters lose to Catford 5-1. And Metrogas beat Sporting Santos 6-2.
Oof.
And this is the table as it stands. Greenwich are first, Metrogas second, Hollanton third, Leone Stars fourth, Catford fifth, Kawuya sixth, LSU seventh, Independent eighth, and Sporting Santos ninth. And these are the up-and-coming fixtures for the 21st of March. Greenwich home to Catford Wanderers, Independent at home to Hollanton, Sporting Santos at home to LSU Masters. So let's kind of talk about, of course, like we all represent and actually play for Catford. I don't know who I should start with, really. Actually, you know what? Let me start with answer. So yesterday, we beat LSU 5-1. I mean, what was your feeling leading up to the game and actually in the game? I mean, how were you feeling and literally what do you think has changed within, I'd say, the space of a month regarding how we are performing?
We have to give credit to the management team. We went back to basics, and there's a set of core in our team. If they're there, they're willing to do anything for the gaffer. And games like that against LSU's, the big games, obviously there's people in that dressing room, they know what time it is. Especially where we played them before. And obviously the game before when they beat us 1-0, fair and square. So obviously it gives you a more motivation, obviously, just to show to yourself to go there and prove the point. You know, I always believe in the case of you go there and you play to the best to your ability. You get a point, but do not get beaten. And I think that's the mentality now we started doing that, because there's been few games where we've been 4-0 down, we will come back. We've been 3-0 down, we've come back. And it's the never die hard. we didn't have this last year because last year was a free fall because everybody really didn't take us seriously. But this year, the last few games went well. But I think afterwards, you have to give credit to management. They go together, a few signings here, there, and there, and we just now seeing the benefit, reaping the benefits out of it. Because as much as LSU were missing players, we were missing players as well. Like if I have to go with one top of my head, they were missing Karu and we were missing Steph. So you can see now where we've now done a lot of things in the background to make sure that we can compete in the league. And it's just down to the players. The mood in the camp is just fantastic because it's like man, like Nana said, we are like a brotherhood. If certain things are not going right, behind the scene there will be people like yourself. We will make sure that it gets addressed. And I think now we just get in the we just seeing the positives out of it. We can go to any team in the league, give you a performance. I think so far this year there was only Kaua, which I have to say gave us a good spanking. The rest of the teams, not that I'll not take them seriously, but I'll go on the pitch to say I want to win the game. So yeah, sorry if I'm going deviating from that.
No. I mean, listen, you know what? I've like always said, even like before, like I like always believe a team mirrors their manager. So if the it's like it's very hard to come in straight away and implement your ideas because there's a kind of there's like always a different philosophy when from a kind of different manager. And I've seen the change from even I'd say 2 or 3 months ago. I could see how focused the like team was, and even though we were losing games, we were only losing it by like the odd goal. It was apart from the Kauai game where, of course, like that was an eye opener, but we were only losing games by that odd goal. And literally, Nana did say, "Don't take the first season as the easy season. This is literally going to be the season where you've got to stand up and be counted." And literally, I think we've like stood up pretty well. And like Nana, I'd like love to kind of get your kind of insight in terms of like the team dynamics and literally just kind of bringing like the squad together. What like does it take for like yourself and like the management team to actually bring 12, 13 individuals together and actually play as one?
I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, sweethearts. That's very kind words.
Yeah, we're never gonna hear this from me. Just keep it going, bro. Just keep
That's
it
very
going, bro.
kind words from you two.
Just keep it going, bro.
That's so nice of you.
This guy.
Well,
you're not gonna mention that you were 2 jobs away from. That's.
Yeah, you can't hide it. These were very kind.
Credit is credit. At the moment, you the man, bro.
I don't hear enough. I never hear from you guys, so yeah, I'm grateful. But yes, it's not me. It's myself. It's Yinka. It's Tony. It's Las. But most importantly is you guys as well, because the management can be repetitive on the things and the guidelines and the structure and everything, but is you guys also having big voices in the team that makes it work. You see what I'm saying? There's been consistencies. Listen, one of the biggest areas to change is in the team is the goalkeeping section. And we changed goalkeepers, and for the goalkeeping section to get used for the goalkeeper to get used to our team is different in terms of the way we play. It's different. So we had problems with that, but we were also scoring goals as compared to last season. We're missing a lot of chances. We're creating so many chances, but we're also missing a lot of chances. So at the beginning of the season, a lot of things were not going the way we wanted it. But as I always said, week in, week out, I was still confident. I'm always confident, and I was always optimistic with the fact that we're creating so many chances, and it's only a matter of time when these chances started to go in. Because last season, the first 3 games, we scored like 26 goals.
That's
Do you
true.
see what I'm saying? So that there was a shift when you score that many goals. There's confidence. It's high. Like you feel like Superman. You can do everything. So you're a lot calmer. And the opposite side of things is when you're creating chance and you're not scoring goals, you become more focused. Try to take your time to finish, and the defender will close you down, and you miss a chance or use cuff it. There's so many things. Yes, we've had a few people in the squad now. Um, we've had consistency week in, week out as well for a while now, especially for the last 2-3 months, which makes a huge difference. I think um Kofi, for example, being there week in, week out has been amazing.
Yeah.
His running, his strength up and down is something else. Answer's work rate will never be in denial because he'll run until he can run no more for the team. And sometimes when I want to take him off, when I see that he's absolutely shattered, he still doesn't want to come off. But I just want to, I need to save him from himself sometimes. Steph coming in, Paris coming in, um, everything is sort of beginning to click, which as a manager, it gives me a beautiful headache in terms of selection because everybody wants to play. Um, I don't think we've peaked yet as a team. I think within the next month it will happen. Because I see the trajectory. I see how we're playing now, and yesterday was one of the most dominant performances I've seen against a very, very, very good LSU side. Yes, they didn't have Carew and they didn't have Jermaine, but we also didn't have Steph. We didn't have Ashley Douglas. We didn't have. I could name quite a few players that we didn't have. We had to actually have to make a makeshift defense to play that game yesterday. But everybody stood up tall in terms of their physical duels, in terms of their mental battles, and it was amazing to see. Nobody stopped running.
Yeah.
And as I say, every single time, and I've told you guys and I've told the team, I think hard work beats talent any day of the week. I think when you compare the LSU team in terms of man for man, in terms of achievement in football, up to now, I think they slightly pip us to it in terms of the, again, achievements in football and quality and all that. But
Yeah.
we outwork them in every single department. In goal yesterday, I had one shot to save, and I could have actually left that, and that would have gone for a goal kick. But it was swerving, and I didn't know where it was going, so I had to touch it. But we dominated the game, so far as I was concerned, from start to finish. Even when we went one goal down, it didn't feel like a game that we were going to lose because the first 10, 15 minutes we should have been a 2 or 3 nil up. You see what I'm saying? And I said to you guys, obviously, Tobias, you're on there, but I said to them that before the beginning of the game that they might not play well at times, but it only takes you to switch off once, and the
Once before they
quality
can.
can shine through. And that's exactly what happened in the game. I think what as JC or somebody switched off, they didn't follow their man, they had the ball, snapshot. I didn't even have time to react. It was one nil down.
It was a
In
good
terms
goal.
of in the game, it was a good goal. But in
It was
terms
a
of
good
it
goal.
was a good strike, it was like firm, proper strike. Like I said, I didn't even have time to react. But looking at the attitude and the character of our players, especially within the last month against um, Santos, against Summers, it didn't feel like a game that even Hollington, obviously we know that's the one we shouldn't have. but it didn't feel like a game that we were going to lose. You know, so and there was no argument on the pitch.
Yeah,
and that's the beauty as a manager. That's the beautiful thing for me, because you feel everybody's in the zone.
Yeah.
When you don't feel like you're going to win a game, that's when the argument starts, or that's when the bickering starts. But when everybody's in the zone, like, yeah, chill, let's calm down, we'll get there. It's a beautiful thing for me, and I see it in the body language of the players. I don't have to say much, and I saw that yesterday, and I've said that in a few of our games. So I'm happy with the squad right now. It's a beautiful headache for me in terms of selection, but so far the players understand that it's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about individuals, it's about a collective to be able to win something. We stand a great shout of doing something spectacular this season. I mean, two quarterfinals, one semi-final. We are almost stabilizing the league. Yeah, I think we are starting to go in a good place right now. So I look forward to the next few.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They had a good. I would say they had a good spell. As much as we were creating chances as well, they were trying to play football. You know, the first 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. I think they were within the game. But the minute that equalizer dropped for them, but like some of their heads went a bit away, and then when the second goal, as soon as the second goal went in, yeah, it was just one-way traffic, man. I mean,
It could have been more. And this is
you know, the keeper.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, listen, you know, I mean, I kind of watched it, and actually every single video that, you know, that gets put out, I watch it intensely. I watched the whole 90 minutes. And yesterday's game, there was two standout moments, performances, however you want to frame it. First of all was Kwame. We all know what Kwame can do with the ball. Like, once he's got the ball at his feet and he's running, it's very hard to stop. However, it was the stuff that he was doing off the ball. He was tracking. He was, you know, like, he had the work rate of literally what you would want from a dominant midfielder. And again, it's infectious, because like, he like now knows, okay, you know what, the team has stepped up. I've like been away for a couple of weeks, or like a few weeks. I've like now got to match their level. So like, that was really interesting to see. And also, yeah, like we all know privately in our WhatsApp group what JD said a couple of weeks ago, which was hilarious. But again, hearing JD yesterday, everything was encouragement. Everything, like, it was like, you know, well done, you know, great, like, header, tackle, you know, literally he was like one of the voices that I could hear constantly encouragement. And I think people do not realize, like, saying something positive can literally spread across a team so beautifully that it doesn't matter what you do in the game. You know that your teammate has got your back. Honestly, I don't think people really grasp when someone says well done, or you know what, it'd be better next time, how much that actually affects the player that you've said it to. Honestly, so literally, it was just beautiful just to see and to hear. And again, yeah, exactly what Answer said. Like, we like have a never say quit attitude. And literally, we've actually played like teams this year where once we've gone 2 goals up, they just crumble. But like, we don't do that no more. Like, honestly, like, we just don't. And like, even in training, you know, like, it's joke. Even like in the WhatsApp group, there's like banter. You know, there's a strong connection. And, you know, we all kind of also go out on a Saturday, like Friday, Saturday, you know, if we can. So like, there's a kind of strong bond, which not a lot of amateur teams have, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say that you're absolutely right, and this is what I say to sometimes before the game, or if you don't have anything constructive to say, just shut the hell up. and that encouragement for everybody is is so important, because I don't think anybody who makes a bad pass wants to make a bad pass.
Mm.
You know, miss a chance wants to miss a chance, but how do you get the best out of somebody else? You know, you can only do that by encouraging them, knowing how, you know, that you first have to know the emotional intelligence of you as an individual, and then somebody else to try and get the best out of them, so that you can use the best methodology for them to get the best out of them. It's really that simple. If you're screaming and shouting at someone when he's just missed a you know, sit out or something, how do you expect him to be better when he has the next one? It's encouraging him to say, listen, it's going to come again. Make sure you finish the next one. It's better, because screaming and shouting at him will actually put more pressure on him when he gets the next one. You know how many times I've been screaming and shouting at an answer in a positive way to say, listen, just put yourself in front of the defender. Just put your body in front of the defender instead of running like a headless chicken around the defender. Yeah. But I do it every week because I know that eventually you produce the goods. You see what I'm saying? So everybody has to have a big voice. Everybody has to literally hold each other's hands, you know, no homo, and fight. We will go to war every weekend, but it's how to get the best. And this Ferguson, I'm in no way comparing myself to Ferguson or anything. I'm just a grassroots football manager, you know, for the fun of it. But Ferguson used to be able to get the best out of his players. Some of the teams that he used to win the Premiership was ridiculous. With O'Shea, with Sylvester, with the twin brothers, left and right back. Do you remember that? Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Raphael, yeah, and it was just incredible. Those were decent players, but they were not world-class players. But he used those players to win it, you know, because he demanded so much and he got them to play the best football. But I'm sure that whatever he did, it was also up to the players to implement that on the pitch and encourage each other on the pitch. And I think that's what is happening with Catford. That's why we are getting better.
Yeah.
You know, it was a brilliant performance from the last yesterday. Kwame, I think yesterday, as much as he scored a lot of goals in other games, I think yesterday was the best I've seen him play off the ball.
Yeah.
There was one particular chance that Ansah had on the left-hand side when Kwame, he could have easily passed the ball to Kwame the first time. He didn't, and he went on the run, and he went all around, almost beat everybody. Kwame didn't throw his hands up. He just kept running and waiting and waiting and waiting. The ball came back, landed at Kwame's feet. He scuffed it, but it just showed me that he believed in his guy to get there. Even if the pass didn't come for him, you know, when it should have. But as I took all those guys on the sideline, beat the left back, went with the right back, went all the way, and then the ball came to Kwame. Even though he missed, Kwame still made that run, that off the ball run, and that was immense. If Kwame would have had a bit more patience in terms of the final third passes, I think it could have been a lot worse in terms of the scoreline. And even if he was even selfish at times, again, because he has that in his locker, to be able to place the ball, not even shoot, just place the ball from 20 yards, 30 yards, and finish. You see what I'm saying? So he's a big player, and he complements everybody. That's my headache for.
This is why you got to see the best out of him was not for the first time, but I think for the first time, like in a proper game where he was allowed to play in the 10. But obviously his own presentation of as a number 10 is obviously box to box, always willing to be part of the attack. You know, and I have to even tell him there's a couple of times where I said to him, listen, do yourself. right, dry because when the one thing a defender hates if you run at them with pace, right, especially when you're going through the middle, and at times he was just gliding through the middle, and yeah, he did well. I was very happy for him. Very,
Yeah,
very
thank
happy
you.
for him.
Yeah, very true.
Big Ash, one mention I need to make is Big Ash. I hope he's watching this video. This treatment is only for you, my friend. Yeah, this was by far, yeah, a masterclass centre back performance. You could actually make sure that Tobias could never ever play football again in this week. This whole yeah, the whole league, yeah, let him sit on the bench. That performance, yeah, he was not playing against any like bad player. He was playing against a strong striker in Dash, and he had him in his pocket. I mean, he had a great game. He had a great game. So Big Ash, if you're watching this, you know where you need to play.
Yeah, 100%.
He had very, very good anticipation
Very good.
yesterday to nick the ball before he got to the striker and hold the striker so the ball went back where it's coming from. Yeah. I think that's the story of our Catford team. If people play where they are supposed to play, yeah, we'll be all right.
Very true. Talking about being all right, let's quickly look at the league. Let's start with the relegation battle. Is it safe to say that Santos and Independent have gone down?
I think so. It looks like it, but the constitution of the league has to be 10. So it's likely that only one team goes down.
So it'd be the bottom team.
Yes.
Oh, but would it not be fair for the other division not to promote a third team who's doing very, very well, rather than letting any one of these two?
We'll see how it goes. But in my experience, not a lot of teams wants to come up. Not a lot of teams wants to come up. It's yeah.
Listen, you know what I mean. Sorry, go on.
In that case, then I think you could say that obviously, you look at the points. Even if Independent win all their games in hand, it's done, man. Same with the league is done. They're going down.
Independent still have to play Santos.
Yeah,
so I mean, how both teams pick up points, in the next few games.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you kind of look at the table now, and not just the table, but the teams, I think the Santos game. I mean, again, I wasn't there when we played Santos. They looked like a really organized outfit. I mean, I don't know what went wrong against Metrogas, but in the kind of back of my mind, I'm thinking if like Santos play like this for the remainder of the season, they have an opportunity. I think with Independent, shout out Omar and Nathaniel, and I'd say a couple of other players, but in terms of scoring goals, they've like probably got like the weakest center forward. They and again, like you like like you've got to look at recruitment, so it's kind of one of these things where would Independent not listen, would it be beneficial for Independent? No, I'm actually saying, would it be beneficial for Independent or even Santos to go down a couple of divisions and rebuild again, rather than being like in the top division and like losing almost every week?
A couple of divisions down is harsh.
Yes, I think you've been harsh, little Breeze, and it also, sorry now to cut you off. You can continue, but to say that somebody is 50 years old, it's just a number, in it. Like I wouldn't say it's lack of strikers. I mean, let's just keep it like that, little Breeze.
Independent have lost a ton of players this season.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they are where they are, because they've always been a proper team. Santos also again lost a ton of players, so that's why those two teams are where they are. And we spoke about this for the beginning of the season. In terms of those two, we actually added Leone Stars to that group, but
Mm.
Leone Stars have been a revelation. They have properly signed the players who are 35 now and doing their business. They are proper footballers as we know them. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, if you look at the table now and how things are going, it's only logical, it's only sensible to think that if two teams were going down, it would definitely be Independent and Santos.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't see how um, they both won one game.
Yeah.
Independence still have, two games in hand to play over Santos. So if they win, and if you look, Santos have the same number of games played as LSU Masters.
Yeah.
Mm.
But when you look at the losses, Santos have lost 9, Independence have lost 6, and even Catford we've lost 5.
Mm.
So it's not too far off. If it
No.
is a case of Independence suddenly winning all, those 2 games in hand, they're right out of that zone. They have some big teams to play against, like Masters and Greenwich Barrow, and all sorts. So the next few weeks will be pretty interesting in terms of the results that are coming up.
Mm.
Yesterday's result wasn't good for any of those two at the bottom.
Teams.
I think
Yeah.
if we lost yesterday, we would have been right there with
With them.
with them.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Because 2 games, if we lost yesterday, that would have been, it was 9 points yesterday.
Yeah.
So if we lost yesterday, then it would have been hell. If they won that game, it would have been very, very close. Because now, even if they win the 2 games in hand, then they're 10 points and still 6 points. We will still be 6 points ahead of them, and we'll still have to play them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, we played Santos twice already, so there's no issue there. But
Mm.
even
Well,
just and the way it looks like we'll be playing Independent at the end of the season, probably one of the last games.
yeah. That is going to be a very interesting game, which of course everyone is looking forward to. Let's kind of talk about like the top, Greenwich Borough. You know, they came up from the championship last season, and no matter what you think about Greenwich Borough, like they're top for a reason. Um, is it Greenwich Borough's title to lose?
I think
Absolutely.
the way you want it. I think the way you want it. With their squad they have, it is a club where you've just said they've done everything in the summer right. They took our best players away in Sep. And they had great recruitment in terms of Daryl, who was playing for Hollington. They literally went out there and bought the right players. Look how they're playing right now. I mean, they're a good squad. Very hard, very hard to beat, and they deserve to win the league. But
Mm.
Mm.
They on paper,
on paper,
Wellington are the only team who can really
you mean Greenwich Borough, not Hollington.
Holland are the only team who can really topple them
Yeah,
or get close to them.
against
Leonie
Yeah.
Stars, might do a thing, but they've played too many games. Hollington have played what 3 less games, which is
Yeah.
9 points. So if Hollington were to win those 3 games, they're on the same points as Greenwich Borough.
Yeah.
So if we were to have won that game against Hollington, then we would have effectively almost pushed Holland, Greensboro to the title. So next week's game will be very, very influential in that title race. You know, because but like you're saying, you're right. Greensboro have recruited well. You remember, don't forget that they also won the championship before they came to the top.
That's exactly.
And they I think from what was Hayden? Was it Hayden?
Hayden Sports.
Yeah, and they did a whole heap of recruitment, got all these best players around, to play for them, and credit to the management team, they've put it together. To lose one game, coming from the championship and losing one game all season is a big thing. I mean, Wallingham did the same thing and they almost won the league. We did something
as well. I think Independent did the same thing as well.
Exactly, Independent did the same thing. We did the same thing as well last season
as well. Yeah,
because I think that everybody understands that the step up when you come for the championship to the Prem. In the Prem, it's a cup final every single week. The championship is no disrespect to the teams there, but it's a bit more relaxed. There's 3 points that you can put on the board every single week, on paper. But the Prem, no, you can't really do that. Everybody can beat anybody on their day. So they've done really well. And the title is definitely theirs to lose, because they played LSU twice now. I think they've played Hollington once.
Yeah.
So that game against Hollington, I think that's close to the end of the season. I think this is the last but one game. So that will be the game to watch.
Yes.
But if Hollington were to drop any more points, Greensboro will run away with it. They've got quality in that side. They've got real quality in that side, and signing the likes of Darren and Seb, and what's the striker's name? Big Tips.
They already had like Tips and then Mackie as well. So obviously,
So
you add in all these.
Exactly. They've got people who would punish you in any mistake that you make.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. And that's the in a nutshell. That's it.
Yeah. Like doing some work with like Greenwich Borough, the club. And they are a club. It's not a team, and they like do have a conveyor belt. I can see the conveyor belt working, and again, they like run the club like a professional club, and they have the facilities. They've got a lot of things in place in the next couple of years. And again, I don't think we're going to see a team dominate like the Vets, like how Charcoal or like Warm Bells used to do. But I think Greenwich Borough, Hollington, ourselves, LSU are going to be back and forth in terms of like the kind of I'd say like the Premier League title. But yeah, shout out to
I wouldn't put our team. I wouldn't put our Catford in that bracket, respectfully.
Okay,
that's where I have to stop you there, Tobias. Do I agree, Nana?
We can't hear you.
Because
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Ansa.
Yes,
I want no Bulls.
I don't know why. Yeah,
No.
Because you can't say that, Tobias. Because
leave us out of it. We are barely as of the last month. We've been 7th in the relegation battle.
Thank you. Yes, respectfully. So please, I would love for you to leave us out on that, Tobias, because that's why I make sure I came today to the show. Because one little win, and the next thing you're telling people that we're title contenders. And
no. He's mad. We're not. We lost 5 games already. There's no team in recent memory that has lost more than 2 games that have won the title.
With the title. So
you know, we are nowhere near there, but we are working on it.
Listen, you know me. I can, I can be very delusional when I kind of want to be.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why we have to stop you. That's why we have to stop you right there and there. We have to create another narrative. Yeah,
Okay.
Because Cuthbert is this season. We just making sure that we finish the season strong. If we talk about the league, look respectfully, we just make sure we don't get relegated. Yeah, and luckily, obviously, we're in 3 cup competitions, and these are games where it's like a knockout. You beat the best team on the day, so I feel like we have more chances in there to win something, especially with the last year's break in the final. Yeah, you just have to go again, man. But please, the league titles and
Okay.
leave us out of it.
Yeah, leave it for the big boys. Leave
it for the big boys.
Cool.
Amir, Cathode, everybody who plays against us knows that they are in for war.
That one I can agree.
Yeah, we are more than just a football club. We are a family. We are something different, and I like it to be that way. It's not that deep for us. It's really not that deep for us.
Cool. That's a great way to end this show. Answer, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your knowledge. Nana, again, congratulations on yesterday's win, and yeah, wishing you many more success. Anything to me, anything that you guys want to say about me?
Anything we want to say? There's so much.
I would like
there's so much to say. You don't want to open that kind of worms.
All I would say to you, Brice, is check the weather. You might not need a big jacket, but respectfully, you might need something, just to keep yourself occupied.
No, there's no respectfully. All the maximum disrespect. There's no respectfully there. All the maximum disrespect. Yeah. Bring a jacket.
Hold that. It's start doing more social media thing, yeah?
Yeah? They say man's not hot. Bring a jacket. If I can convince Big Ash to go back a centre back.
Yeah, man.
It'll be a long
season.
You know the 6-seater bench. You know the 6-seater bench that I've got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to him. Yeah.
You know what?
I've written TC on one of the seats.
Honestly, thank you so much. And again, thank you to everyone that's been watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll be back next week. Have an amazing Sunday. Have an amazing week. Oh, just let everyone know it's my birthday as well coming up as well. Just again, any kind of birthday wishes would be
we don't care.
When is your birthday?
See everyone later on. Peace.